In the criminal history of the world, one man rose so high and burned so violently that even after his death, his shadow refused to disappear. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, the king of cocaine, a billionaire warlord who declared battle not against gangs, but against an entire country. This is not the Netflix version. This is the real story, the bloody, terrifying rise of a man whose chaos still echoes today. Pablo was born with nothing. No power, no wealth, no future. Medellin in the 1950s was a city where the poor remained poor forever. But Pablo had a dream so violent it shattered that wall. Before cocaine, he hustled anything he could touch. Stolen tombstones, forged diplomas, robbing trucks at night. People say monsters are born. No, this one was built, one crime at a time. By the late 1970s, the United States was drowning in a new drug, cocaine. And Escobar saw his destiny. He built smuggling routes through the Caribbean, bought pilots, bought entire airports, even bought the silence of police. His first big shipment flew low over the ocean, landing in Miami like a ghost. Made him millions. Millions turned to billions. And soon, 80% of America's cocaine belonged to Pablo Escobar. The Medellin cartel wasn't a business. It was a kingdom. And Escobar was its king. When Escobar wanted something, he offered a choice. Plata o plomo, silver or lead. Take his bribe or take his bullet. Judges were assassinated. Police commanders executed in daylight. Journalists blown apart by car bombs. Anyone who stood in his way vanished. But the world hadn't seen anything yet. Escobar wanted to rule Colombia, not from the shadows but openly. So he did something insane. He ran for Congress, and he won. A drug lord in the Colombian Congress. That was the moment the country realized what they were up against. When the Supreme Court tried to expose his past, Escobar answered with terror. In 1985, gunmen stormed the Palace of Justice, killing nearly 100 people, including half the Supreme Court, in just one night. Files against Escobar burned in the fire. It was no accident. It was a message. He wasn't fighting for freedom. He was fighting for control of the country's laws themselves. Then came another shocking decision. He ordered the assassination of the man likely to become president, Luis Carlos Galán, a presidential candidate, murdered on Escobar's command. Colombia realized this was no longer crime. It was a war. But nothing shows Escobar's brutality more than the Avianca Flight 203 bombing. November 27, 1989. A plane carrying 107 people lifted off from Bogota. Escobar believed a single enemy was on that plane, a man running for president. So he placed a bomb on board and detonated it mid-air. Everyone died. It was one of the darkest acts of terror in Latin American history, all to kill one man. By 1991, the Colombian government was desperate. The United States wanted Escobar extradited. Colombia feared war, so they made a deal. If Escobar surrendered, he could stay in a prison he built himself. A prison called La Catedral. But La Catedral wasn't a prison. It was a palace. Luxury beds. A giant fireplace. A bar. A jacuzzi. A football field. A waterfall. And the guards? All loyal to him. Inside his prison, he ran the cartel like a king. But then Escobar murdered 2 of his lieutenants inside La Catedral, because they stole from him. That was the breaking point. The government announced, Pablo Escobar will be moved to a real prison. And what did Pablo do? He escaped his own prison. Walked out the back like it was nothing. Now Colombia knew the truth. There would be no peace while Escobar breathed. A special task force formed, Search Block, heavily supported by the US. And another group rose from the shadows. Los Peeps, made up of Escobar's enemies. Between the police, the CIA, rival cartels, and Los Peeps, Pablo had nowhere left to hide. His empire collapsed. His money caches discovered. His safe houses destroyed. His family forced into hiding. Still, he survived for 16 months on the run, protected by a handful of loyal men. But every phone call he made brought them closer. December 2, 1993. Pablo Escobar made a call to his son. That call lasted long enough. Search Block surrounded the neighborhood. Escobar tried to escape across the rooftops, barefoot, holding a pistol. For years, bullets were his language. On that day, he heard the final sentence. A short burst of gunfire, then silence. The king of cocaine lay dead on a rooftop in Medellin. The most powerful criminal in the world, ended by a single mistake. But his death didn't end anything. It only split the empire into pieces. New cartels rose. New wars began. His hippos roam Colombia. His money still surfaces in buried farms. His story continues to fuel legends, gangs, and chaos. Pablo Escobar died, but the chaos he created never did.